Unlokius says, how did Noah stop people entering when he built the ark? He built the no offense. No offense. No offense. That's cute. No offense, but keep out. I think they were mocking him pretty good, and everybody was in the boat uh, before it started raining, but what do I know? Tiffany says, how do I pray in the Spirit or be Spirit-led? I believe God asked me how led I was by the Spirit, but I'm not certain exactly how to be led by the Spirit. Please answer. Well, uh, there's only three choices in your head. There's you, the white hats, and the black hats. And the the thing is to get real familiar with which one is the white hats. And usually it's something you don't particularly want to do and is going to cause some level of cost. Fasting is giving up whatever you want for whatever he wants, whether it's food or water or chocolate or whatever. Um, Crucifying your flesh. You and the black hats pretty much sound about the same. So that's the hard one sometimes, to get you out of the equation, because you'll ask the Lord, hey, Lord, can I end my fast and go to Taco Bell? Sure, son, end your fast and go to Taco Bell. Thanks, Lord. Yeah, but I know it was me. It felt like me. It didn't resonate with holiness. It didn't, yeah, that was pretty much me. And then you got to put that aside and say, okay, I want Taco Bell. I really want to eat. I really want to go to Taco Bell. But Lord, whatever you want's fine. I surrender it. I hold it in open hand. Leave it. Don't leave it. Do whatever you want with it. I don't care. I just want your will. And then I'll hear the still small voice in the background that is more anointed, more true, and more him. And by hear the voice, I don't mean necessarily that it's a voice. Sometimes it's just a push, like wind in your sails, kind of like it's okay. It's there's I've got a long video audio. It's about 2 hours with Glinda Lomax if you do a search for it, and talking about um, different ways to hear God and test the spirits. And one of them is the hot or cold game, where as you move in the direction he wants you to move, it just feels more and more anointed. There's more favor. Um, I don't know. It just feels warmer. And when you head the other way, it's like the car's misfiring, cops are watching you, the tire starts humpity humpity. I'm like, did you tell me to go this way? No, you didn't ask at the last stoplight. So I go back. Okay, Lord, which way do you want me to go? Should go that way. Okay, then everything starts getting better. And the more sensitive you are to the quiet, the better. Um, Satan is in the loud, the screaming, the yelling, the hurry, hurry, you got to do it right now, whatever. That's the enemy. Resist all of that, and wait on the Lord means be patient for the urging and the nudging and the confirmations and the whatever it takes, and not responding to the feelings and the fear and the immediate um, whatever. So I'm thinking of Gideon, Judges chapter 6 and 7, I think, where he lays out a fleece and says, God, if this is really you calling me, the least of these warriors, who you say is the greatest, to take on the Midianites, whose camels are like the sands of the sea, I need a confirmation. So I'm going to put out this fleece of a sheep out on the ground, and in the morning, I want it dry everywhere but on this fleece. And then he waits, and he waits, and he waits, and he waits, and he goes to sleep that night, not knowing what's going to happen. But that was the terms, in the morning. So in the morning he gets up, wrings it out, a whole bowl of water. Okay, well, what if the fleece what if there was dew on the ground, but it dried up real fast, but the fleece held the water? So that could happen. That maybe that's a natural phenomenon. Let's do it the other way. I want the ground wet and the fleece dry, because that is not normal at all. That the fleece is not going to dry faster than the ground is going to dry. So I think that's probably a better confirmation. Let's try it again. So he takes another day, puts it out, goes to bed. I don't know, biting his nails, how he sleeps. But those were the terms he laid out. So in the morning, he gets up. Sure enough, fleece is dry, ground's wet. Okay, that's you. Even then, the Lord gives him more confirmations to know. He goes down the enemy camp and listens to them. And one of them says, I had a dream about a giant barley loaf rolling into the camp and crushing everybody. And the other guy says, that can only be Gideon, the great warrior coming to kill us all. How do they know this guy's name? What? Okay. And he's like, they don't know me from nobody. That's got to be God. That's got to be God. Okay. So, anyway, don't hurry. That's what Satan wants. I think a lot of marital problems would be solved if every time something started to escalate, you had a 5-minute clock. Dink. Nobody can say nothing for 5 minutes. You can't respond to what I just said for 5 minutes. And then you say what you got to say, dink, and it starts a clock, and I have 5 minutes before I get to respond. I think it would stop. Because what Satan wants is, I can't believe you didn't bring me whatever for my birthday. Well, you didn't. Why do you love birthdays so much? Why do you care about so much stuff so much? I hate you. I can't stand you. I should have married you. Well, yeah. Well, you got a little whatever. Yeah. Well, whatever. And then put the car in drive, run him over. It just faster, more and more angry until somebody's in jail. And God's like, no. Speak slowly. Listen more. Keep your mouth shut. There's tons of proverbs about not doing that. Our God makes time. There's no reason to hurry. Whatever. If he says run for the hills, run. Don't go back. Don't get a cloak. But he's never going to say panic. Now's the time to panic. Now's the time to treat her horrible because this is so important. No. Rest. I got this. Everything's okay. It's all under control. Whatever. No offense. Okay, let's see. Where did I lose off here? A lot of preaching.